Regis Prograis against Scotland's Josh Taylor. Now, this fight's obviously, on paper, I think this is a very, very good fight. I am really quite surprised at how little attention is being brought to this fight. Maybe it's just me, but I feel kind of flat about the fight. And it should be fantastic. Two elite guys, both undefeated, 1 and 2 in the division. Unification. Again, on paper, it's a beautiful fight, but I don't feel that excited about it for whatever reason. And I guess time will tell. I think we're a little bit under a week away from the fight. And I feel that while it might be a good fight, I'm worried it will become a bit too much of a purist's fight. Prograis is... he can fight in different ways, obviously, as any elite boxer can, but he has a habit of getting into a rhythm and throwing these kind of single, very, very hard, but single straight shots. And he looks very comfortable, and he's... Something about Prograis I do really quite admire is that he's always in a position to punch. His feet are always set, even when he's moving. His balance is always such that he can throw these really quick, snappy, but powerful straight shots from both hands. I think he's the shorter guy. I think he measures like 5'8", and I think Taylor's like 5'10". I think Taylor also has the reach advantage, but for me, I'm picking Prograis here. And I've sat down and I've analyzed these guys as much as I can, and there, of course, are ways that both fighters can win. There's definitely circumstances and scenarios where either fighter can win. But Taylor, for me, the reason I'm picking against him, I have no idea what the odds makers have it. Maybe they have it in even, I don't know. But for me, even though he has the height and the reach advantage, watching him for as long as I have, I'm beginning to get the distinct impression that if you were to grade each of these guys' mental fortitude out of 10, and maybe I might be way off base here, but I feel like Prograis is an 11 out of 10. He is completely confident in his ability, ultimately completely sure of what he is, and how he's the best in the division. I feel like Taylor has maybe 7 out of 10 in mental fortitude. I feel like something in his body language that in fights, I just don't feel like he really believes he's definitely the best in the division. And I'm worried that he goes in there almost kind of feeling like he's the second best fighter and fights like the second best fighter. Maybe he comes out quite nervous and throws too many punches, gets caught kind of off balance, that kind of thing. Maybe he comes out and he settles immediately and starts dominating with the jab. I could be wrong. I'm just saying that if you were to ask me what is the most likely outcome, I think Prograis wins this on points. I think that Taylor's going to be forced maybe to come forward. And again, I could be wrong, because he's the one that should be able to sit on the back foot and just box behind the jab. And he has a nice jab. And of course, Taylor's a switch hitter, which there aren't many boxers that can successfully switch hit, but Taylor does it very well. He's got great power. But I just feel like in his fight against Postal, as an example, I feel like there's just a question in his mind. And I don't feel like the Postal fight answered it, and during his qualification, I don't feel like he really established himself. I think he much would rather had a knockout in his last fight to kind of maybe set himself up for this mentally. And I've seen him working from footage in the gym, and I hope I'm wrong. He's a really nice guy by the sounds of it, of course, from Britain. And it's rare for Scotland to have somebody, I don't remember the last time we had maybe Ricky Burns was the last time Scotland had a world champion. So it's nice to see. I don't live in Scotland anymore, but I spent most of my life growing up there, and it's a very beautiful country and beautiful people. So I want the guy to win. I just, for right now, I'm the week of the fight, I'm not with him just right now. I feel like Prograis is just a more comfortable, more natural fighter that, again, has this ultimate belief in himself. He does fight with his hands very low, though. He obviously, again, believes that he can move very quickly. And I think he might be open to complacency. It might be that he's winning the first couple rounds. He feels like he's in his rhythm, and Taylor can catch him unaware, because Taylor's fast. And Taylor actually has he can take this step to the right, where he's kind of moving his right foot when he's in his kind of southpaw stance. He's taking his right foot and he's kind of placing it on the outside of his opponent's, usually left foot. And he throws this kind of right hook very quickly, and it's a beautiful shot when it lands, and it's devastating. And I don't see why he couldn't land that against Prograis. I hope he has the confidence and kind of doesn't unravel mentally. I don't really have any evidence to point to him. And again, I really don't like to discredit boxers in any way. These guys are incredible to get in the ring. They have the courage of an absolute lion. Compare his mental fortitude to anyone else in the country, I'm sure he's 1,000% higher than anyone else. I'm not kind of discrediting the guy. I just think in comparison to Prograis, I do feel like they're in different places mentally. I hope I'm wrong. I hope that Taylor can come out and really just put Prograis into the position of doubt with his jab. But we'll see. I see Prograis winning. It could be that Prograis wins on my scorecard. He wins more rounds and then loses the decision. Because obviously this is in the UK. And Prograis, from what I can read and garner, he was really quite reluctant to come to the UK, even though the contract of the whole tournament specified that he can fight anywhere. So it's turned out that it landed in Taylor's. It's not Taylor's backyard because it's in England, but close enough, I suppose. And maybe that's a seed of doubt in Prograis' head, but I don't feel like it is. I feel like he's just tunnel visioned, focused, and he's my pick for the fight. I can see a high level boxing match breaking out. But I also see Taylor having to chase the fight, which I hope he doesn't do. I hope he's strong enough to sit back, and even if it's a dull fight, to be secure in what he's doing and be confident in it. We'll see. Let me know your thoughts. I think it's a very curious matchup. I hope it's entertaining. I really do. I have a feeling it might be a bit of a chess match, but it could be a case of who lands first. Both of these guys carry power. I wouldn't be surprised if Prograis gets knocked out. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets outworked by Taylor. Prograis can be low volume. I just think that it might turn into a chess match and Prograis will win with these single lightning shots. And Taylor might decide to come forward to try and land something, and that's kind of, again, playing into Prograis' hands. But we'll see. Like I said, let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you guys soon.